People, the truth has now come out. It's been a long time since there was big news about XRP Ripple. Now it's our turn. The world's biggest cryptocurrency market, Coinbase, has shared important information about what's behind the XRP flow. Soon, everyone will know about XRP, so it makes sense that the price will go through the roof. Some experts even think it will grow by up to $60,000. That's pretty cool, right? That you can't miss a single second of this movie. Let's get right to the point without any more nonsense. Nota bene. XRP is finally getting some attention again, and this time it's not about lawsuits or talk about speculation. It has to do with real motion. Things are starting to move in XRP's favor after years of not knowing what would happen. And what Coinbase has done lately could be the spark that starts the fire. Coinbase Derivatives has asked the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission to let them self-certify XRP futures contracts. They plan to start trading on April 21st. This isn't just another cryptocurrency item. It means that XRP is getting back into controlled financial markets in a big way. If cleared, Coinbase would be the second regulated platform in the US to offer XRP futures, after Binomials, which did so not long ago. This report wasn't made up on the spot. It comes after a big turning point in the case between the SEC and Ripple Labs. 2 weeks before Coinbase filed, Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, said that the SEC had officially dropped its appeal. This ended the long-running legal fight. The settlement offer from Ripple was $50 million, which is less than half of what the SEC had asked for. Ripple also dropped its own appeal. A high-stakes case came to a quiet but important end, and it made room for establishment players to start moving in. Now things start to get interesting. It's part of a bigger trend that Coinbase filed. Settlement of the case has made it possible for banks to start selling investment products based on XRP Ripple coin, and the result is already being felt. I meant to make a pun. Spot XRP ETFs have been filed for by asset managers such as Grayscale, Franklin Templeton, WisdomTree, 21 Shares, and Bitwise. Levi, a well-known figure in the crypto world, said it all in a tweet that was spot on. XRP ETF approval is coming soon. Prepare. Big changes are coming. That's not just hope either. It shows that the market is finally free to explore all of XRP's possibilities. You need to know what an ETF is to understand why this is important. People can invest in an asset like XRP through an ETF without getting the token itself. They buy shares in a fund that follows the price of XRP instead. It makes it easier and cleaner for both big and small investors to use standard financial systems to invest in crypto. And when a spot ETF is accepted, a lot of money flows into it. It happened with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it might happen with XRP next. Coinbase's decision to list XRP futures is part of a larger plan to offer more controlled futures. It is easy to see the trend here. There is a lot of focus on futures at Coinbase, and XRP is now on their list of things to add. This is important because trading futures can get more people into the market, make it more liquid, and give an asset more credibility in the eyes of regulators and big investors. And when XRP futures go live on a big US exchange like Coinbase, it sends a strong message. The red light has been turned off for XRP. XRP is about to start a very different story. Regulations are finally becoming clearer, exchange support is coming back, and more ETFs are being filed. This isn't just about a token getting through a case. In this story, a digital asset takes back its place in the market with more experience and chances. And if things keep going well and the ETF is approved, the price of XRP could really go up. You may remember that Coinbase has helped other assets become more well-known and trustworthy by listing them and giving futures. Now that XRP is part of the mix, there is a real chance that interest and prices will go through the roof. Things have gone wrong with XRP for years, but now it seems ready to run, right? Even with all the cases, delistings, fear, doubt, and uncertainty, XRP is not just staying alive, it's coming back, which could shake the whole crypto market. With Coinbase getting involved, you can bet that the price of XRP will reach levels we haven't seen in years. But how high can it get? In secret, what do experts really think will happen? I promise that some of these predictions will blow your mind. The rules are being changed by XRP, so it's not just making waves. It started out as a controversial coin, but now it's becoming one of the most talked about crypto assets. People in the neighborhood are speaking out more and more. Everyone seems to be getting it, from casual holders to crypto leaders. XRP could be about to do something really big. John Squire wrote that XRP is not only winning, it's taking over. He's right too. The gates are opening for the flood. Coinbase is getting ready to trade futures. A lot of ETF applications have been made, and the SEC's decision to back down has taken away one of the last big obstacles. XRP's legal cloud is finally lifting, and the market feels better with it. Crypto Sensei isn't holding back. He tweeted that $10,000 in XRP is on the way, but Edward Farina, the founder of Alpha Lions Academy, sounds just as sure of himself, though with a different kind of defiance. Farina said, "I'm not here for $2. If the big banks want to keep the price of XRP low until it's widely used, I'm here to beat them." After that, he said, "I'm here for a multi-generational pump. I won't offer any XRP for less than $100. BlackRock will be sad." Every few people are that sure of what they believe, and that shows how deeply XRP is based in the idea of long-term vision, even if you don't agree with them. It's not just about spins and pumps for a short time. For Farina and others like her, XRP is a financial revolution that gives small players a chance to beat the big banks at their own game. He's not the only one. Michelle Colston, who is also a very loyal XRP user, added that she would not sell until the price reached $1,000 or more. "I'll take a small profit at $1,000 and then wait for that $60,000 price." On the other hand, critics like CryptoPanther are rolling their eyes and saying that some of these hopes are just unrealistic. But in crypto, every big step starts with faith. We can also see how excited people are on social media. It was made clear by Jack the Rippler, "XRP will go crazy." Steph, meanwhile, just wrote, "XRP reversal coming." These short takes aren't just background noise. They show a change in how people feel about the neighborhood. No longer are people just hoping, they're expecting. Of course, not every guess will come true. 10,000 XRP? It's a big plan. The real lesson here isn't the exact number, though, it's the path. For years, XRP was stuck because of unclear laws and exchanges taking it off their lists. Coinbase has now stepped in, which has made the XRP troops even more excited than before. It's not an accident when big names like BlackRock and Franklin Templeton start to look around. That's where the smart money is going. Also, XRP will no longer be just a guess if those ETFs are accepted. It will become an asset that can be included in most budgets. Are you shocked? Believe me, things will only get stranger from here on out. Everyone is focused on predicting prices and fighting in court. But behind the scenes, something even more important is happening. Relationships. We already know that working together is important for making things useful and popular in the real world. Ripple is the fuel behind the pump for XRP. Listen up, because they're about to join forces with someone else. Ripple is positioning XRP as the digital asset answer the world didn't know it needed, but is quickly realizing it does. This is because traditional financial systems are struggling because their infrastructure is so old. We are no longer talking about hype. Real banks, real money, and real adoption are what we're talking about. Take the $50 million deal that Ripple and MoneyGram made together as an example. This isn't just a publicity stunt. The goal of this strategic alliance is to change the global money transfer business, which is one of the largest in the world. MoneyGram works with millions of people in more than 200 countries, and now it's adding XRapid, Ripple's on-demand liquidity tool that runs on XRP. That's not just good news, it changes the game. With Ripple's XRapid, MoneyGram can settle XRP transactions in a matter of seconds for a very small amount of money. Those old methods, on the other hand, can take days and cost more than $30. MoneyGram CEO Alex Holmes said, "With Ripple's XRapid product, we will be able to instantly settle funds from US dollars to destination currencies 24 hours a day, 7 days a week." He's not just using fancy words, he's talking about a complete change in how cash is managed around the world.